Let's go! Let's go! Woo! We're in the friggin' playoffs! Playoffs! Yeah! Let's go! As the Habs win 4-2 against the Carolina, whatever the HL team, but no, because they were representing the Hurricanes. So Montreal beats the Carolina Hurricanes to secure their playoff berth, and just like that, the Habs remain a team that has never in their history missed the playoffs for more than 3 straight seasons. Let's go! Oh, nervous game. And yesterday I was just pacing all day. I could not focus on anything for too long. Every time, or I wanted to focus on stuff for long, so I wouldn't be thinking about the game all day, because I just couldn't stop thinking about it. It just had so many implications, and it would have been a massive choke job if we had not gone into the playoffs, because like we had all the fans' expectations at the beginning of the season were to not make the playoffs, right? But then when they got to 99 point something % chance of making the playoffs, we all expected them to make the playoffs. So then when they lose against Chicago and Columbus has been winning all their games, suddenly we're like, uh-oh, we might not be making the playoffs, and that sucks, right? So very nervous. So nervous. And you could tell the players were nervous too. Like, Caulfield just missed so many chances. Slavkovsky didn't put his stick on the ice on a beautiful pass. Hudson was getting hit like crazy. Like, yeah, they were all nervous, and you could tell. But massive players, Goulet, Slavkovsky actually, apart from that, not putting his stick on the ice was massive that last game. Suzuki, obviously, I don't know if I already said. Anyways, Goulet, Suzuki, Slavkovsky. Caulfield was a good playmaker, but he could not finish whatsoever. I'll get into the game in a minute. Actually, I just want to talk about what it means for this Habs team to make the playoffs. They are the youngest team in NHL history to make the playoffs. Let that sink in. Yeah. NHL history. This is the youngest team that's ever going to participate in the playoffs. Yeah. This is the 3rd year of our rebuild. Like, 4 years ago, we went to the Stanley Cup Finals. Sure, it wasn't a great team, and it wasn't a team that was meant for long-term success. We were riding a generational goalie, amazing defensive defense score, but they were all veterans that had just very little in them, and that they gave them all. So anyways, young team, they show that they want to participate in the playoffs. They want to be there. They play hard. They play like if it was their playoffs since February. It's been over a month and some time that the Habs have been playing with everything they can give. They're tired also, so I'm really hoping the time between now and whenever the schedule gets announced and in their first game is enough for a lot of the players to get some rest and play good hockey, you know. But yeah, I said after the Four Nations break that if the Habs make the playoffs, this period of time, which I think was like 26 games or something like that, was the Habs playoffs. And making the playoffs was like their Stanley Cup, right? So they just won their little Stanley Cup of making the playoffs because they had to play hard, they had to play difficult games, they had to come back multiple times. They gave it all, and they really wanted this. And that's why I was also so nervous yesterday. Like, given how much the team has showed us that they want to be in the playoffs, it would have been horrible for us fans that they miss it, and horrible for their psyche. They fought so hard for them to miss it. That would have been a learning experience for sure. That things are not easy. That you can't let go. You can't give when you're close. right? But it would have been horrible for them. So I'm really glad that they secured that spot, and now that they will be getting some playoff experience as, again, the youngest team in the NHL. Like, our playoff beard for the players is gonna be non-existent. Like, Savard is gonna have to grow freaking Gandalf level of beard just to make up for the rest that can't barely grow a mustache. Like, yeah, I don't think Hudson will ever grow, or maybe not yet. Demito doesn't look like he can grow a beard. Slav just has patches around. Caulfield also no. Like, Gouli has at least like a little bit. But like the rest are gonna have to make up for all these little babies we have in our team that are not gonna be able to grow a playoff beard at all. So us fans also need to, you know, show up with their playoff beards, and I will be shaving my beard fully if the Habs get eliminated from the playoffs. Which, let's be honest, we can be fanatics, but let's also be real. I don't think they're making the finals. It would be insane if they win the cup, obviously. But if when they do get eliminated from the playoffs, I will be shaving completely. So my last video of this season will be with me fully shaven, which I have a very different face when fully shaven, apparently. So don't miss that one. Oh, by the way, speaking of don't miss, don't forget to stay till the end of the video for a little bit of Habs trivia. I'll be selecting randomly from this book, just a little question, just like I did for the last Habs win, and with multiple answers. And I'll be guessing first because I know very little of Habs history. And then I'll put the options so you can guess and see if you know more than I do, or maybe I'll teach you something new. Anyway, so that's at the end of the video. But for now, yeah, playoffs. Washington Capitals, which a lot of people are writing them off because they have not been playing great since Ovechkin got the record for most goals in the NHL. And it's understandable. I still think people are writing them off faster than I'd like. Like, sure, they are one of the best teams in the regular season, but like, people were doubting them in the playoffs for forever, but they're still one of the best teams in the regular season, and for a reason, right? They have an amazing, I think it's second best in the league, goals for per game, and goals against is like also not bad, you know. I mean, very low, so it's good, right? So like, they play good hockey. I don't think we can just write them off. I think the Habs do have a chance. Everyone has a chance. That's the beauty of hockey. That's the beauty of the playoffs. Like, you can have Cinderella runs like the Habs had in 2021, where nobody expected them to win. Nobody expected them to win a single game against the Leafs, and they went to the finals, right? So nobody knows what's gonna happen. But I wouldn't just say the Capitals are gonna bend over and get eliminated, right? No, they have a heavy team, and I'm sure they're gonna be playing hard. But anyways, I don't want to get too much into that because I'm sure we'll be talking about that a lot after the first game. So I just wanted to say good for Nick Suzuki that he put the team on his shoulders. Since the Four Nations break, he didn't get called for Canada team, which he was maybe on the line there of making that team or not, and he didn't get it and didn't get in. I'm sure that gave him some motivation, and then Kent Hughes approached him and said, hey, we're gonna be sellers by the deadline unless you show me that you guys want it. And Suzuki just kind of put the team on his shoulders, and he's been like the fifth most best player in the NHL since. I got some nuts. I know some of the really good players like McDavid and whatnot have been injured in that time, but still, like, crazy. And I think Suzuki's like top 5, top 7 for centers in the NHL. in points, in amount of points, like right under Crosby. So yeah, pretty good company there. Anyways, just wanted to shout out our captain Clutch, our captain, my captain. Just yeah, he's been playing amazingly, and he thrives under pressure too. You could see he was nervous the last two games. Like, everyone was nervous, but there are a few players that thrive under pressure. I'm gonna get to that now, because let's talk about the game. Like, there are players like Slavkovsky, who I think got selected in the draft to join Montreal because of this feature, this poise that he has when playing under pressure. Dude played in the Olympics for Team Slovakia when he was like, he was 17 years old or something. He has been carrying the weight of his country on his shoulders for years. So the guy knows how to play under pressure, and he thrives under pressure. Like, the last few games when everyone was nervous, Slava has been hitting like crazy. He's been big. Like, he's been massive on the boards. He's been creating plays, like giving the puck to the team to make plays, right? That's really important, and I think some people overlook that. But like, he has been massive, and I am really excited to see him play on the playoffs, because I wonder what he's gonna bring. That's the most pressure they're gonna have, right? Like, it's playoff time, right? Show us everything you've got. So I'm excited to see what Slavkovsky can bring. It was really nice seeing him the last two games, and yeah, like the guy is built for this kind of games. So just wanted to mention that quickly. He has been so physical. Now, Cole Caulfield, I did say at the start of the video how he was making good plays. Honestly, he was shifty with the puck on his stick, but the guy could not finish. He had 3-4 really good chances, like 1v1 against the goalie, and did not bury any of them. A month ago, he buries 3 out of those 4, at least, if not all 4. Snake bitten. But he knows that, and he gave some really good passes. Like, he adapts. So the Cole Caulfield of 2 years ago, when he was snake bitten, because he also was snake bitten at times, he just didn't contribute at all when he was snake bitten. But he has learned, he has adapted, he has evolved into this player that now, when he's not scoring, he can create chances for the rest. And he gives Gulli a beautiful pass for Gulli's second goal, because he reads the ice, and he gets himself into places now where he can make those passes, right? So it's good to see from Caulfield that he can, when he's not scoring, he can still contribute. He can find a way to contribute. And yes, I'm kind of quoting Shorsey there. But I'm also really hoping that he cannot be so snake bitten for the playoffs, because if he's getting those chances, say in a game 7, and he's not scoring, I'm gonna lose my mind. I was losing my mind yesterday because the first period was very frustrating. Excuse me. It was very frustrating. We had so many chances. Like, Caulfield had 2 of those beautiful chances during the first period. And when we're playing this AHL team, or this fairly wounded or handicapped Carolinas team, and we need at least 1 point to secure, like, everyone was nervous, right? I've said that so many times. And then we start getting these chances because they're not a good team, right? Or they're a discombobulated team, because they have guys that have been playing with the Canes for all year, right? Like Orlov, Burns, and whatnot. And they have new guys that have never played an NHL game, like Brindamore, like the coach's son. So they have systems that half of them are doing, and that creates a lot of space, right? But the first period was, even though the Habs carried the play more than the Canes, we had so many chances that we couldn't convert. And then Gulli scores, right? So Gulli comes up clutch, beautiful pass from Slavkovsky. We criticize him so much when he does those cross-ice passes, but this time he he has a clear lane, and throws a beautiful backhand pass across the whole ice. onto the stick of goalie and just buries it. So that relieved so much pressure from everyone. I'm sure I just let out a guttural roar of "let's go," because I had just been building so much pressure, and I'm sure the players felt like that too. Like they were just, they had so much nervousness and pressure on them, and I'm sure them scoring first just kind of loosens them up a little bit, and it kind of allows them to play a little better. But not too long after, we get scored on a weird bounce, right? And both goals were from Carolina were fairly similar. Were Gooley and Hudson pair, and Gooley was in the front of the net, and both times it's just weird bounces. One goes straight in, the other one goes through Montembeault like a couple times, and then they bury it. And Montembeault was huge. Montembeault was clutch. We needed him a lot. Sorry, we didn't need him a lot, but when we needed him, he was there most of the time, right? He had a few really good glove saves, and he was solid on the penalty kill. Like, we gave them 1 or 2 penalties. I think it was just one. And it was really important. We needed to kill that one, right? Like, our PK hasn't been great lately. Our power play hasn't been great lately either. But let's talk about the PK. So our PK hasn't been good, but Monty was great. And honestly, they had so many chances during that power play. The Canes did. Like, our PK was not reading their positioning well, and like the commentator said it, like Walker, it's a right shot. He was on the left of the crease of the net, and like he has a clear shot to Montembeault, and Matheson is not taking that shot away, and he shoots it. And Montembeault is right there, right, and he also catches the rebound. But we were giving them chances in the power play, and Montembeault showed up. He wanted that win too. And also what the commentator said, they have needed 2 people, at least 2 players, to be fully zen, fully calm, and not show any signs of nerves. And that was Nick Suzuki, who did show how calm he was under this pressure, and Montembeault, who also didn't look shaky at all. He just looked solid. That was great. That was great goaltending. Like I said, 2 goals were kind of fluky, were bouncy, right? So Monty was great. Obviously, Suzuki delivered. What a goal, right? To put us ahead again, and it has a similar effect to the first goalie goal. Like, you're tied at 1, just one other bad bounce against you, and now you're chasing a game, and you start thinking, okay, now you're behind. If we don't score soon, this game might end like that, and we might miss the playoffs. So, like, if you go down, everything starts getting into your head, right? So going back up was crucial. And Suzuki, so much time. But he even talked with San Luis, which I'm thinking, I'm gonna assume it's this. He noticed that the Canes were puck chasing a little bit, or they were collapsing to their net very fast and leaving a lot of space on the other side of the ice. Like, there was a lot of space in the O-zone, and he just goes to the space, receives the puck, a beautiful pass from Carrier, and like has so much time. He has time to fake, dust it off, like do a couple of shimmy shake moves, and just like shoot a piss missile. So much time. But that's that's the things you have to identify and capitalize on when playing a team that doesn't have that much experience, or that is somewhat discombobulated because of what I said earlier, right? Like, those things are things you need to capitalize on, and I don't think we noticed or capitalized on those mistakes against the Chicago Blackhawks that also had a fairly inexperienced team, right? And I already praised Slavkovsky, but I just wanted to say also how important he was on the second goalie goal for getting the puck to Hudson, maybe? Caulfield. No, Hudson to Caulfield, I think it was. And then going to the front of the net and just being this massive screen, and because we were playing against a team that was not very experienced, they were not pushing him out of there. Like they were not fighting for space. Slav was just in front of the goalie. Sure, he doesn't get an assist, but like he absolutely made that save very, very difficult for that goalie. What else do I have here? Yeah, Gulli is another guy. Oh, and I forget what they call themselves. This group of tall, big guys. I think it was Jakai, Slav, and I think Gulli was the three of them. I think they called themselves the Brick Boys, but I might be misremembering, and they might be calling something similar but slightly different. Anyways, another member of the Brick Boys, let's call them that, shows up this game, Gulli, with 2 massive goals, and not just the goals, but like his defensive play was incredible. Like he apparently seems like another guy that thrives under pressure in these kinds of games. So I'm also very excited to see him in the playoffs. Like we thought we might have lost him for the whole season after he cut himself. He's lacerated his quadricep. Like, excuse me, his skate just cut through his leg, and now he's out there clinching us the playoffs. Yeah, like another beautiful story for what has been a great season overall. Like it's been an amazing season. I'm gonna recap it a little bit later. Oh, this is gonna be a long video, but I'm gonna just do a quick recap of the season after I'm done with the game. To just kind of tell you guys that we don't forget all the cool things that the Habs have achieved this season, or that we've been through, right? So Gulli, another great player that we have that is gonna learn so much from at least playing 4 games in the playoffs, right? Everyone will, but there are these kinds of players that are more playoff oriented, in my opinion. Yeah, and a lot of like I said, a lot of the team was very nervous, and I think it affected players that rely more on finesse, like Caulfield, like Hudson, that they need to move the puck more and the little movements more, rely more on the little movements, right? Because like Slav was nervous too, and you could see, like when he didn't put the stick on the ice, like yeah, that was a little bit of the finesse part, but he doesn't need to be so accurate with the finesse movements all the time. Like his bread and butter is go hit and get the puck off the boards and give it to Suzuki or Caulfield so they can make a play, right? Or make a play yourself if you have the time and space. So he doesn't need to rely on finesse so much like Hudson, like a Caulfield. So I think it's easier for him to thrive under pressure, whereas under nerves. Whereas Caulfield and Hudson, they were both a little bit like. And Hudson, I don't know if he's injured or just really tired. His play was not great before the Four Nations. Before the Four Nations either. Like, you could tell he was not playing great because he's a great player, right? He usually does play great. But before the Four Nations, he wasn't. And after the Four Nations, he came back and he was again a great player. So he's either really tired or there's something else, right? And he has been getting hit hard. Like against Chicago, he got hit hard. Against Detroit, he got hit hard. Against the Canes now, he got hit hard at least twice, which I thought was gonna like take some time, or like get off the ice and to the bench at least, if not down the tunnel. But he just stayed on the ice, right? But he did give the puck up when he doesn't usually. He did lose the puck out of lost control of the puck, which he also doesn't usually, and he wasn't a massive factor offensively, which he usually does. So a little worried going into the playoffs for Hudson, because it's going to be a very different game for him too, and he's going to need to learn and adapt. So we need him at his best. So I'm really hoping that the rest that they get between now and when the playoffs begin for them is going to be enough for him to hopefully recover and recharge some of those batteries. I already talked about Monty, and I just wanted to quickly mention that yes, I know I'm making this video on full hype after beating the Canes B team, but we were all so nervous anyways, and we couldn't beat Chicago, which was at a similar level. So yeah, the players being so nervous and the other team being loose is not something that goes in their favor. The mid-of and Line. So the mid-of was in the line with New Hook and Line, which I think most of us expected that line at some point. And honestly, they were great offensively. Like, they were pretty good offensively, but they were pretty bad defensively. Who would have thought? And they didn't see much ice time after we had the lead, because you want to hold on to that lead, right? You do not take any chances. Like, they still scored on it, and we're still a 1-goal game. And the last 5 minutes of the game were all Carolina just pushing, and we're all just us just surviving, right? So for, I think it was this last 6 minutes of the game or so, like, so much pressure from them. And when Evans scored the empty netter, like, it was just so much pressure being relieved once again from all of us, right? So yeah, it's understandable that Line doesn't play. It's understandable that the mid-of doesn't play, because he doesn't know the defensive structure. And you could see it too there. Like, he did have a few shifts where they were in the defensive zone, and you could see he was a little lost. Like, he hasn't practiced with the team. He doesn't need to know what kind of defense the Habs played or all the little details, right? He was out there doing as much as he could on defense, but yeah, I understand why Marty wouldn't put him out there when you're trying to defend the lead to clinch the playoffs. Clinch? Yes, clinch. So yeah, he didn't see much ice time. But you could also see how talented he is offensively and how much he is going to contribute. And that's another player I'm also excited to see in the playoffs. Hopefully he sees more ice time. Hopefully, the time is right for him to learn some of the defensive structure, and that Marty feels he can put them out there more, because he has so much to give to this team offensively. And it's such a treat. We have all these players, and we're talking about the now, and how good they're now, and they're all like so young. They're so young. We have so many years, hopefully, of all these guys growing, learning, getting better together. The Habs are going to be scary, so scary, and sooner than we expected, for what it seems. Evans was buzzing, but like, he had a lot of offensive touches, offensive opportunities, but you can see he doesn't have the finishing touch or the offensive instincts like some other players do, right? Because he had a lot of chances, like I just said, and didn't convert on many. And just like New Hook, a little snake bitten, a little one too many passes. I don't know. Like, I think they need to simplify their offensive instincts, offensive reactions. Like, when they have a clear lane shot towards the net, I don't know why they don't take it. They always look to make the one extra pass. I understand why, but they need to shoot those. They need to identify that the best option for them is to shoot that. So anyways, but Evans was great, especially defensively. Like, that fourth line got a lot of defensive responsibilities, and they delivered. So that's what more than you want from a fourth line. So crazy to see, and good too. And like I was just talking about New Hook, we all know he has his strengths and weaknesses, and he had at least 2 chances to pot one. But like, I don't know if he whiffed and the puck went to Gallagher on one, or he meant to give the pass to Gallagher. But I'm pretty sure he could have buried a couple from the mid-of. And I'm really hoping he learns how to play with the mid-of fast during the playoffs, at least, because I don't see New Hook as the long-term center for the mid-of, right? But we are probably going to see New Hook centering the mid of in the playoffs. So I'm hoping they build at least a little bit of synergy during the playoffs, so he can finish some of these beautiful plays that the mid of is setting up for him. And honestly, like I said, I don't see New Hook being the long-term center for the mid of. I also don't see Suzuki being the long-term center for the mid of. I think they're both playmakers and they would both shine on different lines. I do think they will share shifts together whenever we need like an offensive push or when the time is right. But I don't think they're gonna be stapled together, right? I think the mid of, and this is me just like reaching into the future, could get a treatment like Kucherov does in Tampa, where he's slotted into multiple lines because he's like the X factor, right? Especially when you're on an away game and they pair the lines with you. Like, we could put the mid of on any line and he would make that line better. I know I've only seen him 1 or 2 games, but that's what I see in the future if he continues playing like he has been. Like, he's just making every line better offensively. So we'll have this good asset for us in the future, or that I think can be an X factor, and I hope Marty gets to use him intelligently. And Marty is that kind of coach, I think. A lot of people give him say bad things about Marty, to not say other words. That I think some of them are warranted, sure. He is still a fairly new coach in the NHL. I do think he needs to increase his repertoire of things to do, like of plays, of adapting the game on the fly, making line changes, the blender and whatnot. Like, there are a few things that I think he can improve on, but I am fairly certain that he will improve on those things. Like, he first needed like he's been rebuilding with the team. Like, at first you could see the first year of his tenure, he just wanted the players to have fun. Like, go out there, show me what you got, right? Just have fun, play. No systems, no nothing. Just play. And then the second year was like, okay, let's develop. Let's develop some of the stuff personally on each player. And then the third year, which is this year, I think, has been, okay, let's play as a team now. We developed each of you individually. Let's put that together and play as a team. Let's put a defensive system in place. Let's put some offensive systems in place. I think the 4th and 5th year of Martin St. Louis as a coach of the Habs is going to be another step. Another, like, okay, let's have multiple offensive systems so we can switch back and forth depending on what the other team is putting in front of us. I'm fairly confident that he's going to become that coach, right? Because he was an amazing player. He's a cerebral guy, and he's been through it all. So I'm sure he'll figure it out. All right, like I promised, a short season recap. Suzuki with 89 points, being the only have to do that since, I forget when, 2007 or the 90s maybe. Hudson with 60 assists, tying Larry Murphy, I think it was, for NHL history record for a rookie defenseman. Crazy. Patty Laine with massive power play goals with the power play Hattie back against in December against Buffalo. Without, I know we give Laine a lot of crap, but without Laine injecting that energy, injecting that X factor into the Habs, we're not where we are today. So he has his good, has his bad, but overall I think he's been a nice addition to the team. Caulfield with 37 goals. We all wish he could have gotten 40, but now all the people that say the 40 goal scorer has never scored 30, yeah, sure, he scored 37. Maybe he'll get 40 next season. Like, he was snake bitten at least a few games. Yeah, I'm confident he's gonna keep on improving. So great to see. Mountain Ball with 31 wins. Great development on team structure and defensive systems. Like I was just saying, Marty focused on that this season, and you could see it evolving. You could see the team getting better, and it was great to see. The veterans going back to life, like that Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher line. At first they were bad. Like go back and watch a game in November, they were not good. And then they just got rejuvenated somehow and came back to life, and they've been carrying play, and they were crucial to the Habs the last couple 3-4 weeks. So amazing to see from them. Remember back in January where we had the best fourth line in the NHL, that Armia, Evans, Heinemann line? Yeah. Hopefully they get some of that mojo back for the playoffs, because that's where fourth lines or team depth comes to shine, and it's needed. So I'm hoping they'll show us what they got. And last here but not least, let's not forget about Dobish and his first 5 games in the NHL, shutting out the Florida Panthers in Florida, then winning against the Capitals. I think it was 5 wins in a row. I forget all the teams we beat with Dobish in net, but yeah, also we wouldn't be here without him. So just a few of the really cool stories. Just wanted to quickly add the Gallagher moment where last night where he exchanged shirts with this girl that had his Hockey Fights Cancer shirt, where he dedicated it to his mom, and like I'm getting. Anyways, beautiful stories for this season. So hopefully we have more excitement to come during now the playoffs. Last thing before a little bit of trivia. I don't know if you know, but there's a show for the Habs called The Rebuild in Crave. And it is supposed to have a season 2. I'm curious to see what will be the name. It's probably still gonna be called The Rebuild, but I'm wondering. I'm excited to see what happens on that show too, and maybe they'll keep on making that. Maybe they'll keep on doing multiple seasons of that until like we win a cup. That'll be cool. I really enjoyed the first season, even though it was a horrible season in some ways, where we finished 5th last. It had its ups and downs, and I enjoyed watching behind the scenes a little bit. So watching behind the scenes for this season is going to be really cool, and I hope we get to keep doing that for the rest of the years. Like say 2-3 more seasons would be amazing. Anyways, like I promised, trivia time. Let's give credit to the author Ray Walker on his book. So I'll just quickly go. Okay, question number 10 in the statistically speaking chapter. So, question. Last time I didn't give enough space here, and now I'll give enough space to put the box so it's not too crammed. So the question is, the iconic Maurice Richard is Montreal's all-time leader in goals scored. How many did he score? Oh boy. Question. Option A, 487. B, 531. C, 544. D, 602. Those are your options. I'll quickly read it again. The iconic Maurice Richard is Montreal's all-time leader in goals scored. How many did he score? 487, 531, 544, 602. Pause. Take your time. I will answer the question now. So, what I think, because it's another question that I don't know right off the bat, but I do know that Gretzky's goal record, I think he overcame Gordie Howe, and I think he overcame Gordie Howe with, and maybe Howe was like 700 and something goals, and Gretzky So I don't think Maurice Richard had 602. I think it's one of the 500 answers. So either 531 or 544. I really have no idea, so I'm gonna have to just guess from one of those two. I'm gonna say 531. Option B, 531. Let's see if I was right. It's question number 10. Answers. Ah, damn it! I missed again. It was C, 544. Last question I had, it was also between B and C for me, and I guessed B, and it was C. And this time, exactly the same. So, Maurice Richard, and I'm sure I'm butchering that name every time, but I'm trying my best. I'm learning French, yes. He scored 544 goals. The right answer was answer C. Did you guess that right? Did you learn something new? Let me know in the comments. And like every time, don't forget to leave your feedback. I have really enjoyed making these videos. I hope you have enjoyed watching them too. I hope I have been able to give you some interesting bits of facts you didn't know, or views from the game you didn't know, or a little bit of energy, or a little bit of commiserating. I don't know. Anything. Just I have enjoyed them, and I hope to keep making them for a long time. I hope we get some good games during the playoffs to have some of these good videos for the playoffs as well. But for now, I'll see you after. I think it's gonna be Monday. It still hasn't been confirmed at the time of this recording. But whenever it is, I'll see you after that game. One last time. This one is a big one as we make the playoffs. The last GOHABSGO for the regular season. Woo! GOHABSGO! I'll see you after the next game.